each time the person is talking to you, she will be telling you what she is sure of. Again, accepting responsibility. You will see somebody with positive self-esteem will accept responsibility. He or she doesn't take no for an answer. She is positive at all times. She don't see impossibilities. She believes everything is possible. So you see, the person will be open-minded. You know, the person will be taking good care of herself. General care. You know, so you see that person, when she comes out with self-esteem, positive self-esteem.
All right. So self-esteem, self-confidence, are they the same thing? I'll ask you, Mrs. Olumachi.
Okay, they are not the same. Okay. They look alike anyway, but they are different. Self-esteem refers to whether you appreciate and value yourself. That is self-esteem. Your value for yourself, your level. You value your level. You value who you are. But self-confidence is your belief in yourself and your ability. You know, confidence is, yes, I can do this thing. I have the ability to do it. But self-esteem is when you carry yourself, you know you are presenting yourself as who you are, not presenting yourself as another person. So it is two different things.
Okay. So, Reverend?
Yes, let me just strike a little similarities of the difference between self-esteem and the self-confidence. While self-confidence talks about your abilities, what you can do, that is outward. It is what people can see. Self-esteem talks about your own internal belief of yourself. So we can say that good self-esteem brings about confidence. In other words, it is a good self-esteem that, you know, makes you to behave and the way you ought to behave. So while self-esteem is internal, confidence is external. So confidence talks about the abilities that a person can, you know, showcase.
All right. So which comes first?
Esteem comes first before confidence. Without esteem, one cannot be confident. It's the internal belief that brings about the external appearance. So when the internal belief is not right, external appearance, which is confidence, cannot happen.
So what could lead to someone, you know, having low self-esteem? I don't believe that everyone was born with, you know, low self-esteem. It must have started somewhere, somehow led to somewhere. So what are the root causes or things that can lead to someone developing or having low self-esteem, that even when you try to this person is so beautiful, like everyone can see it, even when the husband tells her, you're looking so beautiful, now wow,
are you mocking me?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Okay, you know, that kind of thing. And maybe also, your hair is so beautiful. This no man, I
managed to make
you know,
and
and it's something like the person is humble, but the thing is that the person,
it's not humility, it's low self-esteem.
So what could lead to that? I'll start with you, Reverend.
All right, in my book, Overcoming Low Self-Esteem.
Yeah, I saw the book. Nice one. I was like, oh wow, so you've written something about that.
Yes, I actually did a research. That's about 6 years ago on this, when I was working with teens. So the first cause we identify in relationship with low self-esteem is childhood upbringing, the environments that you grow up. Okay. Most people that grow up adults that has low self-esteem, it stems from their childhood experiences. There are people who encounter abuse, neglect, rejection, criticism. This is the kind of environment they grow up. They were never appreciated, so they grew up with that mentality that they are not worth it, that they are not equal. You know, some of our parents, we are responsible for this, trying to make us, be humble and fit to the society they think we are growing up to. There are certain statements they made to us while we are growing up. They say, don't follow him. So from then, you begin to have that mentality that Chibeze is bigger and better than you. And that is one of the problem. And then in this our modern time, I must say that another root cause of low self-esteem is social media comparison. Many people begin to define their life these days based on what they see in social media and what they see in movies. Life is different from social media.
Yeah.
At least we have seen a whole lot of the people who pretended in social media only to find out that what they are saying about themselves are not actually the truth. So when one lives his life based on social media and on movies, you will feel low self-worth of yourself. You begin to compare yourself unnecessarily. And then also people who pass through trauma and bullying in marriage. Yeah, I'm talking about marriage. Most women, I think we are also referring to women here. Most women who don't have confidence are people who are bullied, who are traumatized, who are emotionally, abused in their house, who are beaten up by their husband. So when they come out to the society, they feel that they are not worth it because the man in their house always drum it to their ears that they are not worthy. So when a woman is passing through such, then and then lastly, lack of positive role model. When you don't have a good role model who you can tell your life towards, you will feel that you are not up to.
All right, so let's play some views when we come back. We'll continue the Feminine Ladies Talking Tuesday.
Stay tuned.
We're not going to cuss at you. We're not going to yell at you. We're just going to give you the best mix of music that the whole
If you no want diarrhea or nyama disease for your house, especially for your pikin, they use soap and running water to wash hand well, especially after you go toilet finish, after you clean your pikin bum, before you prepare him food, and before and after you give am food. But if your pikin get diarrhea, knack am zinc tablet one time every day plus ORS every 4 hours, or make you dey give am small for inside cup. Because why? So that your pikin go dey bubble again and collect back everything when comot for im body. But sha make you carry am go for treatment for health center wey near you pass. This message na from Ari Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
Our name is Magic 102.9 Aba. Feel the magic.
Ọmọ ti dé, ọmọ tuntun jòjòló òkú oríire. Má jáfara o, gbọ́dọ̀ sọmọ lẹ́nu láàrin wákàtí kan àkọ́kọ́ tọmọ délé ayé láti fún un ní àkọ́kọ́ sí omi ọyàn aláwọ̀ òféèfé yẹn tí wọ́n ń pè ní colostrum.
Isi nye ọsọ mmiri ara. Cheta o, mmiri ara naanị maka ọnwa isii mbụ. Ozi a si n'aka ndị Ari Project nke steeti Abịa na-ahụ maka ahụike.
Magic 102.9.
I am pregnant. It is important for me to take care of myself, stay healthy.
To be strong and have a healthy pregnancy, take iron and folic acid tablets every day when you're pregnant. This prevents anemia and helps maintain a healthy pregnancy. Visit your healthcare provider for regular antenatal care. This message is from the Anrin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
This is Magic 102.9 FM. Let's do the magic.
Jaririnki na buƙatar abinci ba nonon uwa kaɗai ba, domin girma da samun isasshiyar lafiya. Lokaci yayi da zaki fara haɗa masa da abinci mai ɗan nauyi, ƙari akan nonon da kike shayar da shi. Sai ki fara bashi abinci wanda yake ɗauke da akalla ɗaya daga cikin nau'o'in abincin nan guda 5 da suka haɗa da ƙwai ko kifi ko kuma nama. Ganyayyaki, sai wake ko gyada ko waken soya, sai ko gero ko shinkafa ko dankali ko masara ko kuma doya. Ƙari akan nonon uwa daga watanni 6, jaririnki yana buƙatar waɗannan nau'o'in abincin domin girma da samun isasshiyar lafiya. Wannan saƙo ne daga Arin a ma'aikatar lafiya ta jihar Abia.
Feminine, it's Ladies Talking Tuesday.
Alright, it's still Ladies Talking Tuesday on Magic 102.9 FM. Feminine, and I am Ruth Hams. I'm here with Reverend Daniel and Mrs. Olomachi. Still good to have you here, Sama. So, Mrs. Olomachi, what are the things that can lead to someone not really, you know, not actually having a positive or healthy self-esteem.
All right. Reverend Daniel has really made mention of so many of them, but is such a person having a low self-esteem? He made mention of bullying when a woman is abused at all times by your husband or your family. You will have low self-esteem. He also made mention of family. The way we are brought up can also contribute to that. Sometimes you see parents controlling somebody, telling you what to do and what not to do. Before you know it, they will make you mumu. They will make you mumu. So you see, such a person cannot stand on his or her own, feet. So these are factors that can make one have low self-esteem.
Okay, so what about parents? Can they contribute?
That's what I said now. When parents control you, tell you how to live your life, where to go and what not to go. Why do
so
you
that
do this?
Shames you too.
Yes,
Sure.
It shames you.
Yeah.
And I will tell your friends, before you know it, they have gathered the family members to talk about what you did and what you did not do and so on. Before you know it, you become a vegetarian. You can't take decisions on your own. You cannot stand on your feet. You see yourself you will not even want to come out, come to talk of showing your abilities.
So yes, parents actually contribute a whole lot to forming the self-image of their children, and that's why in our counseling session we always encourage parents. These children, they came into this world as champions. Don't make fables out of them. Don't try to compare them with other children. There are children that are not academic in nature, but they are artistic in nature. Some of them can use their hand, but they cannot use their brain. So try to reaffirm those areas they are good at. Try to encourage them. Tell them they are good. Tell them they are. Listen, parents, hear this. There is nothing that worth the applause of a father to a child. Nothing worth. There's nothing. When your father encourages you, you will be the best in the society. So let's go out there and help our young people, encourage them, even when they fail in one area. They can pick up in other areas. Everybody must not come first in class. That's why they are 30 in class. So somebody must come 29 over 30. So if it is your child, you don't kill that child. Look very well. There is something peculiar about that child that he or she exhibits at home, and then emphasize that. That will make that child to pick up. At the right time, he will become academic. As it were. Some of us fell many times before we picked up in class.
Consequences of low self-esteem. Other things that come with those consequences, or let's say effects of low self-esteem on someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a lot of them. You will see negative self-talk there, comparison. Such a person will be comparing, herself to others.
What it can lead to. Is it like say depression?
Yeah, it can lead to depression, isolation. You see such person isolating herself from, it will also cause such a person not to socialize.
Okay.
Yeah, such a person will want to stay alone, not communicate, will not want to. In fact, you will see self-hate.
Sure.
You will see self-hate. The person will hate herself and say, I'm not good. What am I going there to do? I'm not good. Isolation will set in and all that. Fear of failure will be there. If I go now, what become else? So I won't even try. And so on. You see such person worrying, withdrawal from social activities.
So, Reverend.
Yes, there are things to look out for as a disadvantage of this syndrome. I call it a syndrome because it's something so devastating that we need to take care of. There are emotional disadvantages. When you see one that has low self-worth, the person will always exhibit aggression and anxiety. What he thinks he cannot make up in his self-worth, he uses aggression to make it up. And then also anxiety, always afraid that his weaknesses is going to be seen by people. So that fear is always rooted in him. Fear of failure and rejection. He doesn't want to be rejected. And then also you see things like a self-doubt. difficulty in coping with stress, and then emotional instability. Those are the emotional. Then there are also social disadvantages. You see difficulty in forming a healthy organization. Is low self-worth person hardly will belong to a group effectively. And then other professionally too, it affects them in the workplace. Those who have self-worth, it also affects them in workplace. They can't cope. They always complain about how big the job is. They always complain a whole lot of things, and they cannot find their roots in the workplace.
Okay. Now, can someone, be good in a thing and they're confident in their abilities and still, have self-loads? Because you said this one comes before this one. Can someone have this confidence in their ability, understand, and still have low self-esteem?
Sure.
Is it possible?
Yes, because in fact that is one of the reasons why you have suicidal tendencies among celebrities.
Okay.
I know you must have heard some celebrities went and committed suicide. Oh, it's, this man is confident in the stage that everybody is celebrating. What could have happened to him that he went and killed himself? It is because he lacked self-esteem. Like as we said, self-esteem is what you tell yourself about yourself. It's internal. When you are alone with yourself, what do you tell yourself about yourself? That is the self-esteem. So if you're able to build that self-esteem, that I am worth it, I am good, I am fearfully and wonderfully made, I can do all things through Christ strengthens me. You keep telling yourself this positive talk that it may not be well today, tomorrow is going to be well, and you build your mindset with that self-esteem, then you will be able to overcome. Otherwise, you can learn some certain ways of doing a thing confidently, and you appear confidence, but then behind you discover you don't have self-esteem about yourself. And that's why most celebrities, some celebrities, let me know most, are bad in relationship, even though they appear so good outwardly, because they have learned the tactics of looking confidence, appearing confidence, but they never worked on themselves internally.
Okay.
Yes, Reverend Dana has really nailed it. That is what it is, all that he said. When one has ability is what you do that people see. But this self-esteem is what you tell yourself. Your evaluation of yourself. Some people low self-esteem, they go in and say, oh, I didn't know what I did today. Did I really get it? Oh, I didn't get it. They will be, having trouble, worry within themselves. Such people may be exceedingly good at what they do, but within them, they are thinking they are failures. You understand? Maybe they have not gotten to the point they wanted. Maybe they didn't get it the way they wanted to get it, but not telling themselves, okay, relax now, relax, I'll get it next time. You see them condemning themselves
under pressure.
Before you know it, they enter into depression, wanting to be addicted to one or two things and all that.
Drugs.
Sometimes don't you think societal pressure can also lead to that?
Sure. You see, when you are doing good, we should bear in mind that when you want to work on your self-esteem, you have to close your ears. You know, as you are here, I'm here, we are working. Some other person might not be, might not want to applaud us about what we are doing. We'll always want to talk you down. People are applauding you. You did well, my dear. Kudos, keep it up. Other person called you on phone and said, oh boy, you fucked up.
You messed up.
No, F word.
F word, yeah.
Sorry, you messed up. Let's use that word. You messed up today. You just went there and messed up. While others are saying, oh, you did well. Are you getting it? Before you know, you are seeing yourself going down, not knowing that such a person wants to bring you down. You understand? So you have to develop this level of carrying yourself and say, okay, I am good, I can do it.
And that's this is feminine female talk. I think when I was preparing for this, I take time to look at female women and their self-esteem, and I want to also suggest or advise that women should try to question societal's level of beauty. Standard of beauty.
Yes.
Societal standard of beauty. Because most times I see ladies, they think they are not beautiful enough. They think they are not because they don't look like A or B. They forget the fact that the way they are is good enough for who will love them, as it were. So our ladies, we should challenge this kind of standard that is put up by social media, put up by advertorials in the television, and then embrace uniqueness that is found in you. Your nose might not be too tall, but your legs are too good. Your eye might not be too nice, but of course your hands
are things that are beautiful about you.
Those things and celebrate yourself. Like Lady Glory talked about self-praise. We don't usually do it. Come back and say, God, I did it very well. I'm doing very well.
Celebrate yourself.
Yes. A new energy comes up that next time you perform better.
Okay, that's amazing. All right, so let's also look at ways that, let's say, someone who has low self-esteem can boost their self-esteem. What are practical ways to go about it? How can a lady or a man who has low self-esteem, how can he or she come up from having that low self-esteem? I'm seeing a comment here. Arisa Isaac says he's really enjoying the program. He's watching from Dubai. Arisa, well, thank you so much. Manjani says, good afternoon. Oh, low self-esteem starts from a child's upbringing. That is it, you understand? That's why a positive child's upbringing or a positive child is very important. Most of the celebrities we have in our society derive the boldness and confidence from their homes. Are they really? See, self-confidence is different from self-esteem. Yes. You understand? Self-confidence is different from, you can see someone who is good, she's an athlete, she has the whole self-esteem, but then when she comes home, she's not really happy. You understand? She's not happy. Yes. And so most of people who have low self-esteem rely on people to actually boost their self-confidence, self-esteem. They need people to constantly tell them, oh, you look beautiful, before they feel beautiful. They need people to say, oh, you're so. If nobody compliments their clothes, they're like, come on, it doesn't mean. They can change clothes 3 times because nobody complimented. If you really, if you have a positive self-esteem, whether someone tells you you're beautiful or not, you already know what you think about yourself. Because some people will never praise you based on jealousy and envy, no matter how beautiful you look. They even want to put you down to make you feel low. Yeah, so that's why you see, but this beautiful girl now, what does she want again? I wonder. I see some people and they are crying and I said, what do you want? You're beautiful, you have the money, you're educated. What else? But there's something lagging. There's something this person is looking for. Anyway, I'm still on Manjani. Manjani says, most of the celebrities we have in our society derive their boldness and confidence from their homes. Parents and guardians should be aware of the implications. That's what I'm looking for. The implications of low self-confidence. That's the word. Of poor child support attitude. Even some of these celebrities are some of them come from broken homes. So don't think it's their parents that gave them the confidence. Some of them are even using stardom to cover up their insecurities and their weaknesses. They build the fence and the wall, and that's why you see someone can walk face more than 5 times. The fence is okay. The fence is pointed. Following the next minute the eyes are green, and you're like, what again? And some people are like, if I have this kind of money this person has,
we still do this.
So how can someone build their self-worth? I call it self-worth. Mrs. Olomachi.
Yes, you start by being kind and encouraging to yourself. Like we said, always encourage yourself. Forgive yourself. There are times you failed, there are times you messed up, but you have to forgive yourself. And
you are human.
Because you are a human. You are human. You cannot do otherwise. So you have to keep on encouraging yourself, forgive yourself, focus on the positive. Avoid I should have, I must have, I
would
would have, you know, those things. You avoid them. Why didn't
Regrets.
I? Regrets. You have to avoid them. Then relabel upsetting thoughts. There are some thoughts that will come into you that will trigger that kind of annoyance. Relabel it. Tell yourself, oh, I refuse to. You see some people, when they have a kind of negative thought, you see, I reject it, I refuse. So you have to refuse whatever that will trigger anger in you, and then make you see yourself as one who is so low. In fact, this whole thing, when I was preparing, my last one said, Mommy, this whole thing is what they call in Igbo madiwe to weanala. You understand? You are the person bringing yourself down. You understand? You have a level, but instead of you to operate on that level, you are bringing yourself down
below the level.
You are below
and
the
that is
level.
not humility.
And that is not humility. It's
Self-esteem and humility. What's the difference? Because you see, you compliment. You're learning from you now. Oh no, hey, no.
There are two different things. But so this, I think, you have a seat kept for you, but you are telling yourself, I can't sit there. Well, no,
I'm not up to the people.
Not up to the. Don't call me. Don't mention me. You see people, you know. So you have to avoid all these things. Encourage yourself at all times. Then be open. Recall what you have learned. There are things you have heard before now. There are, you've sat under people's ministrations, seminars. Recall those things that boosted your morale. That gave you impetus to something.
Okay. Reverend Daniel?
All right, I will ask anybody who is experiencing low self-esteem to first of all check your association. Because if you are in the midst of people who never appreciate you, if your friends are such that always compete with you instead of compliment you, then you are really going to have a whole lot of problem with self-esteem. So when you discover that, what you do is to separate. You need to separate from certain persons. I always will say, live where you are, endure to where you are celebrated. Whenever association become that of endurance, something is wrong. So secondly, learn positive self-talk. We've been saying it right from the time we started. Positive self-talk is very, very important. That is what we call affirmation. You always have your own affirmation. I am wonderfully and fearfully made. I am doing better. My new version is better than that of yesterday. Such words will put a new energy for you to go ahead. Then seek mentorship. I will always recommend look for a mentor who has that which you are looking for, and then either study the person or relate with the person that will actually help you. And then also you can as well listen to some of these talks and read books so as to boost your image. But ultimately the work of improving your self-worth lies in your hand. Nobody can improve your self-worth for you.
So what do some people mistake as let's bring in self-confidence now and self-esteem. There are things that some women mistake as self-esteem. I see some women when they're talking, they say this is me, this is me, this is who I am, and they be correct. They say, see, love me or leave me, I'm proud of me, I'm proud of who I am. So what do some people mistake as self-confidence and self-worth and self-esteem?
Yeah, one of them is pride.
Okay.
When people are proud, they may say, I have self-worth, but that is pride.
Okay.
Do you understand? Pomposity, you carry yourself, nobody is like you to obey, you don't see other people as being something. You are the only person, nothing is good in you, in the other person. The only thing
it's just you.
So they mistake that to self-worth, but they are two different things.
And also in this our era of social media, do you know that some people think they have self-image by the number of likes they get to their comments and posts?
Okay. Yeah.
So they think they've come up if they have 3,000 followers, 30,000 followers, and one post. There are a whole lot of that.
Social media
But
celebrities.
celebrities, and that is not a self because a whole lot of them are only there at the in front of the camera, but outside they are nothing. And then also, some people think that having self-worth and confidence is pressing people down. Your ability to make people shut up. You're able to make people calm down, intimidate people. It means you have that's not. And also this people pleasing tendency we see every day. You until the glory have said that until people say you are good, you are good. Who